Yo, I just have charcoal on my elbow. Can you see that? Now I smeared it all over my page. Like, what the hell? Why do I even have charcoal on my elbow? I hadn't drawn in like 2 complete days, and now I drew just this complete page of just studies. 1 week video? What? I finally did it. I am uploading something once a week. Okay, well, first, this is what's happening here. So, I felt like my videos kind of were annoying. They were really annoying too. By the way, I was sick, and then I wasn't, and now I'm sick again, and I sound like, I don't know, but my voice is very deep, so whatever. I sound a little bit like Miley Cyrus, at least in my head. Maybe I don't. Probably not. So I recorded a lot of clips over the week. A few times where I actually draw on them, because I feel like that's something people miss, and you know, it's relaxing and everything. That's why people like my sketch sessions so much, because I'm actually drawing. I'm pretty sure, at least. So I did 2 live streams, I think, maybe 2 or 3. I think 2 live streams this past week on Instagram. If you want to see a live stream of me, you have to go on Instagram and follow me there. This is the only place I can stream. YouTube needs too much connection, and I don't have enough internet for that. And I don't have, I can barely watch a Twitch stream. I don't think I would be able to stream one. However, I mean, I could try, but I don't have any setup stuff. Like, I don't have a webcam and whatever and a mic, so I can't really do that. However, I set up a Patreon. I did have a Patreon before, but I tweaked a lot of stuff because it was really not, like, I didn't really put any work in it before. You get different rewards if you pledge. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's a site where you can donate money to artists and you can get something for it, basically. So I have different tiers here, different rewards. I'm not a pro at this, by the way, just so you know. But I have different rewards here. There's a lot of different things. You can look through them. The last one, though, is about you can have access to a chat. I did set up a Discord, and I made a Discord server, but I don't know how to work it with Patreon. It's kind of confusing, and I don't know how to set it up so that when someone pledges that much money, they can get access to that chat, because I don't know how to do that. So yeah, I don't really know. If you have any ideas how those works, if you can help me, then feel free to message me on Instagram, because I really don't know. But if you want to have live streams, then you have to go over to Instagram. I do sometimes. So I worked a little bit on MAIA. MAIA is I guess you could call it a vampire, although they're not at all vampires. It's just, for me, it's really like I want to have a lot of different supernatural creatures in my comic, but not having them like they're known as, more in a, I don't know, in a sense where I like it better. I find it not logical at all. I researched a lot about vampires and why there are vampires, and it's not clear where it originated, but it said on a lot of sites, it said that they are dead, supposed to be really dark skinned and blown up. That's what the original folklore was. Not skinny, pretty, and glittering in the sun. I'm sorry, what? That makes no sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, these things don't make sense. Like, why would they look like that? Like, it's not something you just come across, and it wouldn't fit with any kind of modern story if they were dark, blown up, like dark, like blue, you know, like dark blue, rotten, and blown up because your guts are rotting inside of you. Like, ugh. It's just, it makes no sense to me that a vampire can bleed. Aren't you dead? Shouldn't your blood be stuck? How are you still working? How are you walking? How are you, well, I know that I saw a clip from Twilight where it was like they were teaching her how to be a vampire or something, and we're like, oh, you have to act like you're breathing, you have to act like you're blinking. How does she work if she's not blinking, if she's not breathing? Her organs can't function, which means there's no way her body can move, because if your heart doesn't beat, there's no blood going through your veins, you're gonna be stuck. And then they bleed, and I'm like, excuse me, do you even know how that works? bleeding? Do you think that's just something that flows out like that? Come on, man. The hell? If you're dead, that's not like, I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it works, okay? Anyways, also, how do you survive on drinking blood? I don't know. It's just super weird to me and it makes no sense. So anyways, MAIA is a vampire. There are vampires in the world, but they don't exist because the whole how vampires are known to us don't exist. The difference between them and this is, in most folklores I found, the vampires or the vampire folklore originated in Germany and around Germany, which was practical because I am from Germany and I can speak German, you know. So I got inspired a little bit by, what is it called? Hold on, Grimm. I was watching Grimm. Grimm has a lot of, like, all the creatures in it have like a German name, and I want to have it so the names are from where it originated, the folklore originated. For vampires I chose Germany because, as I said, it's not completely sure where it originated. There's no exact list or anything, so I just chose Germany because that would be the easiest for me. So they have different names and it's a whole different story. So it's not just like, I think there's vampires who are like, oh, you're born a vampire or you become a vampire, and it kind of works like this, where there's alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. The alphas are the ones who are born like this. So you get alpha, which is really called Blutlinien, beta, which is called blooders, which are the vampires, gamma, which means bluttoad, delta, which means blutig. Alphas are the ones who are born as such. They have nothing special about them. I still have to think of something because I haven't yet. I can't find anything that's not lame. Got the alphas. Even if your parents are both alphas, there's still a 50-50 chance that you're born a human or an alpha. There's something you have to overcome when you're 18, which is a ritual. You have to make a ritual you have to transform a human into a beta. So making a beta means you make a half human, half vampire, which they're fully vampire because that's what the folklore would see as the vampires. Why? Here's why. Okay, so if an alpha makes a beta, they have to make a blood transfusion, making it half and half, so that in the human there's half alpha blood and half human blood, which makes them a vampire. The reason they have to do this is because the alpha may or may not be a normal human or an alpha, right? So what happens if you transfuse your blood with someone random, you probably die if it's not the same blood type, which is what the test is about. Either you die or you're a true alpha and you get to live. The beta you make is your companion for life. Here's the catch. Why are betas vampires, you may ask? Or maybe you don't ask, but I'm still gonna tell you. Betas are the vampires because since they used to be human, injecting themselves with actual human blood makes them high, which means that a lot of humans are going to be drained of blood because it's addicting to the betas, right? So you got needle puncture wounds and a drained body, which could mean, okay, a vampire, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, okay, you got me, okay. So then we got the gamma, which you're probably like, so what now? I got you, don't worry. The gamma is called bluttoad because it means blood debt, which basically means that if you make, as an alpha, you make a beta, but you fail, they die, which is the gamma. And then, what could be under death? There's something under death. Lo and behold, delta, which means blutig, or which is blutig, which means bloody. Now the delta is usually a gamma that survive. The catch is that the gamma, the delta, I'm confusing you and me. The gamma is dead, the delta is the one that survived, and the delta is the one that can only keep on surviving and not becoming a gamma by getting, well, they get injections from human blood. However, the blood has to be their own blood type since they are more human, and if the blood type wouldn't match, like if I lose a lot of blood, I go to a hospital, they don't inject me with any kind of blood type, right? They have to inject me with blood type that will fit mine. Otherwise, well, they'll die because they're more human. A beta, however, can inject themselves with any blood type, since they are half alpha, and alphas can have any blood type, or their blood is just completely universal. I'm not sure. There you go. That's the story no one cared about. Now, obviously, there's a lot of more that I have to get straight with that. For example, what's so great about being an alpha? You know, so far there's nothing they have special about them, so I have to find something so that it's like, excuse me, we're alphas, we're better than you humans. Okay, yeah, we need that. So I worked on Milena, which is the daughter of the clan head. Everything's clans. You got the werewolf clan, you got the vampire clan, you got the... I haven't done a lot of creatures yet because I have slowly like get myself into that and research a lot, but the werewolves also have alpha, beta, stuff like this. This goes for all creatures so far. I worked more on KALEB. KALEB is like, I've said this everywhere already, but KALEB is the worst. I always, when I draw him, I'm like, oh, this looks nice, but I'm never able to draw him twice. It's annoying, it's frustrating. I do have to say that the last picture I drew of him, and I do have to admit that that one looks really nice. I like it a lot, the way he looks. I'm gonna have to practice on that, doing that again. Then I worked all day yesterday. I worked on floor plans. So for floor plans, I use this paper, which is millimeters and centimeters. I put this underneath a piece of paper, and I put my light pad underneath that, and then I just do my stuff with a ruler, you know what I'm saying? And I made full floor plans in one day. I had some before that. I'm gonna show you those, which I made on tracing paper, which I do not recommend because the tracing paper, it's super messy and ugly. It doesn't look good at all. I thought it was a good idea, but it's really not. So we got a few different floors. They're all not really worked out very well. I made a video on where I showed them all. I'm sorry for all the noise. You can't see it anyways here. Okay. So we have this attic area where nothing makes sense, okay? So I changed this. There is a secret library in the house. First, I wanted them to have the basement is a training room. The whole basement is just for training, for fighting and everything. And the whole basement was basically like you could go in there. They knew about it, but they didn't know about the library that was closed off. So then what makes no sense. The library is in the attic while the training room is in the basement. You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense. It's too far away from each other. It's super annoying. You got 2 floors in between. I mean, I think it was kind of stupid. So then I made a new one. We got the house from the front. This is the front of the house, and this is the back. This is the basement. Yes, it is. Basement. This is where the front door would be. The basement is a little bit larger than the other floors. This is where they shoot stuff. This is where they fight against each other. This is where the stairs go up, and this is like a chill area with a fireplace. There's a fireplace that goes up the entire house, all the way through. The attic is not used in this floor plan. We got the ground floor. We have these are all trees. We have the kitchen area. This whole thing is one big area until here. This is where you come in. You got the stairs going up. You got another lounge area right here. You got a little pool table, and you got the whole like eating area right here. Then we have a door here which goes into the library, which is completely closed off. The windows are blocked down, the door's locked, you can't get inside. They don't know that it's there, which is going to be explained later on. The staircase goes down to the basement, and so both are completely connected, but you can't get inside it unless you go into the library. They don't know about the basement yet, or the library. Okay, but this is all going to be explained further in the comic. And then we have the first floor, which is where they all sleep, they all live, they're doing their thing. Initially I wanted all the rooms to have their own bathroom, but I quickly decided not to have that because it's annoying and it's easier for me to draw rooms without bathrooms in them, and there's no need for them to have that. I mean, it's a comic, it's not like we're gonna see them go to the bathroom, you know what I mean? So The bathrooms are all on one side. And we got the rooms here. We got another lounge area. We got rooms here again. And we got this bigger room on the end, which is Caleb and Eli's room, because they've been there for the longest. And the house is his aunt's, so you know. Yeah, and then I worked on making a model, which I haven't finished yet, obviously. We got the whole shenanigan here. We got the front and back of the house and underneath it, and then we have here the roof and the sides and the little, you know, stuff like that. And then I'm just gonna put it on a piece of cardboard, and I'm gonna color all of it, and then I'm gonna have a little model of Ravens Creek. How cool is that? I'm sorry, like, fucking awesome, right? Woo! I can't talk anymore, which is why my throat hurts, like my voice is just fucked. Which is why I'm gonna do something. I've had these fortune cookies for a long time, and I always forget, like there's just a pile of dust on top, you know? And I always forgot because I wanted to open these at the end of my videos, and I forgot for so long. So now, we're gonna open a fortune cookie at the end of every video until they run out and have to get more. So, today's fortune cookie. Let's see what it says here. Jesus Christ, you can't read it. Having a child teaches you what you owe your parents. That's what it says here. I think the paper just got really fucked up over the time. Yeah, okay. Having a child teaches you, what teaches you what you owe your parents. Okay. 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 Well, that's it for today, guys. That's for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, if you want to subscribe or do all the other things, check out the playlist of all the other comic vlogs if you're feeling like it. For more, subscribe, and check out Patreon if you want to support me. I am broke. I'm soon going to launch my Ravens Creek merch store. Hold on, I'm just gonna have to check if the hashtag Raven Clan is taken, because then we can use that. Clan. Oh, yeah. What about Ravens Clan? You know, everything's always taken. The only thing I could find that was not taken was Raven Sea Squad, because Raven Squad was already taken. If you have an idea for a hashtag, if you want to share your art with me, leave it in the comments. Other than that, I'll see you next week, hopefully. And I wish you a nice weekend, guys. I mean, happy weekend. Nice, have a good time.